Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are going to start by queuing in some more power plants. I don't think I've got power plants queued in. Yeah, no, looks like I don't. So I'm going to build myself some power plants. We're just going to do a quick pass through the market, but first, the Despot of Paris. Opposed to the arbitrary and illiberal rule of the Chancellor of the French Republic, the yeoman farmers have fallen in with the Anti-French League. They just left the Anti-Russian League a little while ago. And for France doing a totalitarianism, well, France is doing an autocracy with national supremacy. They do have protected speech and guaranteed liberties, so you know, it is something. Alright, to all those who cherish liberty, the French Republic, under the boot of that pernicious chancellor, stands out as an example of the very worst excesses of despotism. In no country is the indomitable right of every soul to strive towards its own destiny obstructed as it is in the French Republic, and in no country is a greater threat found to our own liberty than in the French Republic. The French Republic must fall, for if it does not, we will fall in her place. Down with tyrants, down with the French Republic. Yeoman farmers join the Anti-French League, or sometimes a firm hand is needed to govern well. Yeoman farmers mad. I'm going to go with the first one. I don't want to upset them. What's that do? Is the lobby... The lobby's fine. The Anti-British League is very pleased, which is nice. So I'm just going to go through the market, looking at electricity and see what I need to build where. I needed a level in Nebraska. Looks like 10 levels in Wisconsin. 3 in Illinois, 3 in Mississippi, 3 in Alabama, 3 in Arkansas, 1 in West Virginia. Very slight amounts of power demanded in a lot of different places, which I am going to fulfill some of. Basically anything that's close to 10 or higher, because I do want to provide power where I can. But I'm going to be a little bit conservative about that, just on account of, like, I can't just build power plants everywhere. I mean, I could just build power plants everywhere, but I'm not gonna. Alright, I need 3 levels in Iowa, 3 levels in Kentucky. Looks like I need another 12 levels in Pennsylvania. Another 12 in Tennessee. 4 in Ohio, 2 in Louisiana, 3 in Missouri, 3 in Vermont, 2 in South Dakota, 1 in Maryland. Looks like 4 in... No, I need 7 in North Carolina, 7 in Texas, 1 more in Ontario, 3 in Massachusetts. Buenos Aires is good to go. New Hampshire needs 1 more. 4 more levels in Indiana. 7 more levels in Virginia. 2 more in Georgia. 2 more in South Carolina. 1 in Connecticut. New York, we just need a nice even 10 more. 1 in Oregon. 2 in New Jersey. 2 in Maine. 2 in Washington, 10 more each in Michigan and California, and that is pretty alright. So that's where a lot of the places where electricity is really expensive. Alright, that should be good. So where do I put these in the queue? I think... Oh boy, that's a lot of power plants. I think I'm going to move the additional port facilities to the bottom of the queue. I don't see these as necessary right now. I'm going to move the railways in Costa Rica to the top of the queue. Then we'll do the Costa Rica development. I for sure need the railways in New York, so I'll throw those in at the top of the queue as well. I think everything in Hokkaido... I think the big expansion in Hokkaido we'll put at the bottom. And then we'll get started on those power plants. Alright, so that'll be just fine. Beautiful. Develop my my partners, my power block partners, then develop my my power supply. So that's going to increase the price of coal significantly. So how's coal going? Coal is... Didn't have the markets sorted. Coal is doing okay. How much am I increasing power by? I'm increasing power by... Oh, I got another training method. By almost 100%. So that's unfortunate. An Incan uprising in Colombia. Well, that's unfortunate. We will go ahead and send the Army of Observation to lock that down. Ooh, British are fighting the French. Oh, excellent. Bornu is not a subject of Britain, though, so France is likely to win this. Where is Bornu? Oh, Bornu's in... I gotta look it up. I have to find out. Okay, no, I completely missed. Oh my goodness. Bornu is very small. Britain, how are you going to stop that from happening? Bornu is so small. They're in the middle of Africa. Oh, I guess Wadai is part of Britain's situation, so they'll... Well, they're only a protectorate, though. I do kind of desire to get involved, even if just to mess with the British. Can I steal Cape Colony? No, well, I could. But no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. This is silly. This is silly. I don't need to get involved. Ooh, large numbers of Portuguese people are moving to the United States. Am I really high in standard of living? I'm not really. Let me see. Although a lot of my subject states are, which is cool. Things are looking rad on that front. Again, I need to make sure I don't overstrain my construction sector, although I think even where I am, I can actually complete an increase in the size of the construction sectors without creating a problem, because cash flow is really, really rock solid. And I think that might be the right call, just barreling forward with increasing construction. My construction sectors are employed, right? Yeah, they are. That's bananas. You know what? We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll get up to 200 at least. Where does that put us? That puts us at exactly 200. We'll just do a little bit more construction. Throw those in at the top of the queue. Because I've got so many things I want to build, and so much cash to build them with. I'm over my reserve limit by quite a bit. Yeah. So there's no reason to not continue to build up my capabilities. Gosh, this is a lot of economic growth. My economic growth is absolutely bananas. That's so much economy. Oh, so good at economy. Let's go ahead and throw a few more government sectors in Tennessee. Ooh, and there's mobile armor. Wonderful. Yeah, I should definitely work on getting war machine industries built, huh? 2 arms. Let's go ahead and build them in Michigan. Michigan seems like the right place for war machine industries. Go ahead and build 20 levels so far. And we'll set them to building tanks. Now, how is infrastructure here? Infrastructure is not as high as it needs to be if I'm going to do what I need to do. So, we'll go ahead and build 4 more levels of railways. I'll throw all of that at the top of the queue. And once again, I sorted all my stuff the way I wanted it, and now I'm once again mucking with the delicately choreographed thing I put together. The Metropolitan Railway. The grand opening of the New York Metropolitan Railway was received with much celebration. In a speech, the president congratulated the engineers who made this possible. It is not only the railway that has electrified, but the whole city of New York. The streets are abuzz with citizens marveling at the wonders of technology, speculating about what new innovation will transform our lives for the better. The engineers deserve a reward. 50% of engineer pops in New York become more loyalist, or our railway will be the envy of the world, extra prestige, and we get 25% railway throughput permanently regardless. I'm going to say the engineers deserve a reward. We must have a nice little bump in loyalism. It's not that much, but it is nice. Alright, so what's this looking like? Alright, so timed modifiers is down to 0.4, so things will be getting better sooner. Oil rush in Texas, heck yes. We'll definitely build up oil wells in Texas at some point. And once I have the tanks available, I'll start making my armies mobile in that way. I can go to aerial recon. So we see aerial recon is flatly better than motor recon. So I don't see any reason not to do that. Yeah, 50% occupation versus 100% occupation. Motor recon makes formation speed faster, which aerial recon does not. Aerial recon reduces loss chance and increases rapid advance chance. Motor recon just increases surprise maneuver chance. Oh, we can do both. I'm silly. We can do both. We can do both. We just need to have both. Both automobiles and airplanes in the customs union. There's a positivist revolt in Uruguay. I think we can finish fighting this here war before we go down there, and it won't be a problem. So that's what I'm going to do. We're very close to being at back to reputable infamy, which I'm very pleased about. And hopefully, we'll be able to do everything we desire to do. And all of our subject states will be like, ah, yes, it actually is pretty chill being around here with the USA, doing ourselves a Monroe Doctrine, and not being worrying about anything. I'll occupy this compound. I should bring another army in here. Oop. Key steel. Yeah, crush Incan uprising succession. Yeah. Accept. Alright, now the army is on the way. Never mind, I didn't need to mobilize another army. Oh, so good at video games. Alright. My canal company is unproductive. I need my trade centers are productive. I need my military shipyards. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I'll build a new navy. Maybe that's what I'll do with all this money. Or maybe I'll do a military conversion. I'm actually already on chemical warfare, so what we'll do is we'll grab battleship. If aircraft carrier isn't finished, we'll finish that. And then we'll circle back to production. There's that popping off. I definitely need nitrogen fixation. Electric arc process is going to give me the steel I need. Then we'll finish out the rest of tier 4 because I want to grab automatic dough rollers. No, first I want compression ignition. Then I want oil turbine. Then I want automatic dough rollers. And that's going to give me a real solid edge in technology. Alright, so we finished out with those war machine industries, which means I can add aerial recon to all my... Did I not finish out the war machine industries? Are they not producing war machines? Produce war machines. Cool. Cyprus wants to give us investment rates. I don't wish to invest in you, Cyprus. They're building tanks. Actually, let's go ahead and... Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Now we got the option. Yes. Heck yes. Occupation for days. And then, once this little war is done, which it will be really soon. There we go. We'll do other stuff. The ace officer, Andrew Norris, has gained renown not merely for utilizing aircraft in battle, but for even flying one himself over the skies of Uruguay. The papers are calling him the Black Cat. He's astounding. I can't tell if it'd be better to parade him around home or keep sicking him on everyone in Uruguay. Hero worship will help with domestically, increases war support in nothing because the war is over, and increases popularity forever, or war heroes need to stay in the war, increases offense forever. We'll definitely do that second one. Having stronger armies is good. All right. So having done that, time to upgrade all our infantry. So this is going to put us in mechanized infantry once these upgrades are complete. We need to switch to heavy tanks and light tanks for our artillery and cavalry, so that's going to be a whole endeavor. I think the easiest way to do that is to just completely cut the artillery and cavalry contingents of the army and build them out from square one. Yeah, it's a tank shortage. I know. I know. We're trying to get the war machine industries running. There you go. They're trying to hire, but they don't want to. Should I subsidize them? Does anything consume airplanes other than armies that are currently mobilized? I don't think so. I think there might be a little bit of pop demand. Yeah, a very small number of pops buy airplanes. But more pops will buy airplanes as time goes by, and the supply increases. And the supply is being driven up by the vast number of tank buy orders. Oh my goodness. Illinois is still short on market access. I need to build that up. And Virginia is a little bit as well. Gosh, that's already in the process of being built. I'll build a couple more, just to make sure that that goes the way it needs to go. Alright, the big industrial expansion in Costa Rica is kicking off. And then finally I'll be working on my big power expansion. After that we'll reassess kind of what our market needs and go from there. I don't need to deal with either of these situations. We got more oil in Texas. Pleased about that. Maybe once we've got aircraft carrier, I'll start getting aircraft carriers. Tech spread is doing pretty good, actually. We're generating quite a bit of innovation over there, so that, you know, I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. Don't want to invest in the Papal States. God, I can't believe there's still a Papal States. The whole situation in Italy, like usually there's Italian unification, and by this time in history, in most games. Oh my goodness, we're having another revolt in Eastern Caribbean. I never gave over the West Indies back to Jamaica. I need to do that. I need to remember to do that once this war is finished. Maybe then the area will be doing better. Financially and emotionally as well. My attitude worsened. I don't like that. Yeah, a lot of these countries want independence, but they shouldn't. They should want to be protectorates. Hey, Mexico's going down in liberty desire. Only got one more timed modifier from an annexation, so those are being pleasantly dealt with. Canada's still high in liberty desire. Colombia is going up, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do a trade agreement with Bengal, absolutely. Peru, Bolivia... They're all still very high in liberty desire, but if I can keep them happy and passive, then that will be a step in the right direction, I suppose. Alright. Building up a very solid coal supply here. And that'll be important because I'm about to build a ton more power plants all over the United States. Look at how much I'm spending on construction. Gosh, that is really, really impressive. Investment pool is expanding industries at a good clip. I've hit 500 million pounds in GDP right now. I think I might shoot for getting 1 billion by the end of the game, because that would be really nice. My power block is already the strongest power block in the world, I think by a country mile at this point. Yeah, look at all that prestige, versus British Empire is about half of that. We got a lot of prestige around here, I tell you what. Don't want to invest in French East Africa. No reason to do business there. I got business to do in my homeland. And by my homeland, I mean the entire Western Hemisphere. It's not Manifest Destiny, it's the Monroe Doctrine. It's my sphere. But it's Manifest Destiny as well. Alright. There's that. Alright, so now I need to transfer the West Indies to Jamaica. I'm taking your debt. That debt's nothing. And then Overlord actions, transfer state, West Indies. Alright, and that's reduced their liberty desire significantly. It is going up, but only from timed modifiers. Plus, everyone's supporting their independence. How many countries are supporting your independence? Oh, they're all supporting independencing each other. That's what they're doing. Well, that is what it is. Alright, Mexico is going down in liberty desire. That is wonderful. Even with the timed modifier, that's excellent. Maya is going down in liberty desire even with the timed modifier. That's wonderful. Central America is going down in liberty desire. Brilliant. Colombia is still going up, but only by a tiny amount. That'll be reduced later once the timed modifier is timed out. Jamaica. You are going up in liberty desire from all those things, but you'll be going down in liberty desire soon. Cuba, are you still maxed out? Yeah, they're still maxed out. IT is the same. They've both got a lot of support and dependence from various places, but hopefully they'll sort themselves out in good order. Ditto with Peru, Bolivia. I need to improve relations with Peru, Bolivia, actually. And I'm going to reduce their subject payments as well. And I think... Do I bankroll them? That doesn't seem right for now. They're working on cultural exclusion, which is nice. Winds of change. North Carolina has come a long way since our attention was first brought to it, going from small houses and scattered farmlands to being on its way to becoming a blooming metropolis. The woman sighs, her old hands stop crocheting for a second. When I was younger, all of this was farmland. Us kids would just play freely in the fields, not having to worry about getting hit by a car or those criminals coming to get us. And we still had time to work. Well, Grandma, now people have even more places to work at. Finally, North Carolina shines like never before. Extra loyalists from political movements. Or this is not the end, extra urban center throughput. I'm going with the first one. That's the urbanize the country thing. I'm not sure why North Carolina was the target state, but it is what it is. Alright. So, let's see. Big steel expansion in Costa Rica is ongoing. And our power plant expansion has begun, and this is going to take a long time. Got quite a few happening in various areas around the power block, but that's just to be expected. We're the most powerful country in the power block, so it just makes sense that we would be increasing the amount of power. I think I'm gonna continue to increase the size of the construction sector. So let me see. I got 200 levels right now. Just round up some of these. I'm trying to get to a decent number where we're not bringing in so much cash all the time. It's going to really increase the demands of steel, which I can build up in my subject states for maximum profits. Another revolt in Bermuda. That's very funny. Alright, so what does this put us at? That puts us at... Okay, this is a nice flat 25% increase to construction. That's going to put us in the red financially, but again, we've got a huge gold reserve and a huge debt limit, so it doesn't actually really affect my ability to do anything. New neighbors, new grudges. A minority group of Swedish people has recently settled in Indiana, seeking a better future. However, the local Yankee elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the Swedish newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. They don't belong here. Our Yankee customs, our way of life, they'll be lost if we let the Swedish settle, claimed a prominent landowner, his words echoed in the taverns and markets of Indianapolis. The newcomers, hopeful but weary, whisper of opportunity but face closed doors and hostile stares. We'll foster harmony between the peoples, as always. Once again, I'm just going to ignore all these civil wars in British puppet states. Luckily, I don't have civil wars in my own puppet states. Nobody tell anyone about the civil wars in my puppet states. I really wish I could... Maybe I'll force one of these guys to go to multiculturalism or something. Oh my goodness, IT, you're at national supremacy. Heck is with all that? Meaning to deal with that. Cuba's also in state religion. But Cuba actually is, like, hugely Catholic, right? Yeah, pretty much completely. Alright, so I'm not too worried about that. I see. This is why IT keeps having uprisings in Santo Domingo. Hey, you, go to... They could get to multiculturalism. Bit of a surprise. If I could get them to multiculturalism, I could just consolidate all of the Caribbean under IT. That would be easier with Jamaica, though. Cuba's got the highest chance. It's interesting. Because these states are a little bit... No, I'm going to leave them the way they are. So we'll just go to cultural exclusion, IT. Central America, you shouldn't be working on wealth voting. Full, they're doing that. I had someone who was in a terrible form of taxation that I need to move out of that. Maybe I misremember. Seems as though I misremember. Well, that's fine. Central America... No, no going to wealth voting. Census is good. You're gonna go to right of assembly. Deferred enacting it. Because they want wealth voting. But I don't want you to be in wealth voting. That's the thing. That's the issue here. Alright. Colombia is doing just fine. You are doing censorship, though. Go to right of assembly. Oh, the advance chance is massive. Do it. They're doing it. Excellent. Peru, Bolivia, are you doing censorship? You are. Oh, no, you're still in autocracy. Hey, nerd. Voting. It's time. Alright, they're doing it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Things are going just fine. Beautiful. And finally, Liberty Desire is going down in all these places, except for Cuba. They're getting support independence from too many countries, but hopefully, as those other countries stop being so desirous of liberty, they'll stop supporting Cuba and we can all be chill. Excellent. Excellent. Cash balance is doing just fine. Building those steel mills, so those hopefully will be very productive on account of steel is massively expensive in our market on account of I just built a huge steel industry. Tanks are still low in production on account of planes are low in production. But again, maybe a big naval reform will help that. We'll build ourselves some aircraft carriers. That'll create some baseline demand for planes, and that'll be a lot easier. Alright, so speaking of which, yeah. I don't have carriers yet. I should have them soon. Yeah. I'm working on battleship. I'm going to do carrier after. Alright, so that'll need to wait. Actually, though, it is time for the end of the episode. Yeah, we mostly focused on economic development here, but we're making our economy strong, and we're making the economies of our subject states strong, and that could not but be useful. They finally started to go down in liberty desire, so hopefully there will be a lot of peace in our time by 1936. Alright. That is all we've got for today, though, my nerds. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.